All right, there we go. All righty. Got the mic working now. Good morning, everyone. It's what 3:30 in the morning, 3:23 in the morning technically. So we are going to be just watching this line of it's actually non-severe line of storms coming in to west central Missouri, eastern Kansas here. And actually, as I say that, I think it may have popped up with a special weather statement, but still, that's still not non-severe. Uh, Drake right now, none of these storms are severe. It's looking hold on, I'm getting caught up. I actually overslept my alarm a little bit, so I'm catching up and everything right now, guys. Let's see, things switched around here so I can see every screen. There we go. Anyway, Drake. So none of these none of this line is severe right now. There was some over here by Topeka, over in Kansas right now, but for here, there's a quite a lengthy line of storms. That's see, okay, so that is for. I'm still letting the coffee get set in too. Everything's up and going. I think the mic's going, all of that. It says that it's going. Hopefully, it's not actually on mute. But for some reason, it switched my mic input, and it was on a default one. And you would think default would just go, but it doesn't. But anyway, so we're watching this line of storms. It's non-severe. It is going to produce some pretty strong winds. Those are below severe limits right now. That's why nothing's warned right now. And I can hear it. It's actually currently. Yeah, that tree out there is whipping around pretty good. So these should be below 60 mile per hour wind gust, and it looks like it's going to be in Clinton area. It's probably just not getting to Adrian, and it's all this stuff is moving south. You can kind of see on the radar there. If as long as I switched it to the right. No, hold on here. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. There. Power outage somewhere. Well, I'm gonna look at power outage stuff. But anyway, this line of storms is moving south. We got this first line here that's coming through west central Missouri, heading south, and then there's a secondary line out in Kansas. And right now, this looks like it may, if it goes any further east and then drops south, it could hit west central Missouri. It could start dropping just straight south. But we'll watch that one. But there could be two broken lines of storms here. Then you have the stuff out in eastern Kansas getting ready to come into western Missouri. That's also heading more of an east southeast direction there, and all this stuff should start to congeal into one line. But right now, the biggest threat is some like strong to severe straight line winds. Could be some damaging winds in this. But I gotta check something else out real quick. Be right back with you guys. That whole tower. Okay. I gotta check on some power outages real quick, guys. But I'll leave that radar up. And actually, I will go ahead and switch back over to the cameras, and you guys can watch the cameras a little bit. It's a pretty decent amount of lightning right now. Definitely not the most I've seen in a storm. There it is. $322 number out. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. You can kind of start seeing some of the storm structure on that too. There's some like lower hanging clouds on the when the lightning hits there. You can see a little bit, especially on that north facing camera. That it'll be the top left. It's starting to get some rain on it though. So during one lightning strikes, you can definitely see some of that lower lying clouds. It's literally just gonna be straight line winds is gonna be the biggest threat in this, guys. But and also down here on the Creighton camera, I'm gonna pull that one up. You can see the rain curtains just being blown across the lights right above the gas station there in Creighton. Just all you can see right now. Got a glare on the TV there. But right now, nothing severe. Jake, it looks like for Clinton area, give it about another 15 to 30 minutes, and the rain should be there. But here in the next 15 minutes or so, you'll start having these strong straight line winds. And really, it may not even last or wait for 15 minutes. It could be about another 5 to 10 minutes. But it's non-severe straight line winds, but it is straight line winds. Very, very low chance of a tornado, like really low. There's just nothing in the lower atmosphere that's going to help start spinning up a tornado. And even the stuff out in Kansas is also for straight line winds. Come back to the radar here. This is velocity here. Yes. And everything in here is still roughly max of right around 50 miles per hour that I've seen in this line. So, and over here by Clinton area, doesn't look like it's that strong of winds yet, but it's probably gonna be around 30, 50 mile per hour winds, and you'll have some gust in there and stuff like that. But this line is moving south. It's moving basically due south. This first line, and then there's that second line that's kind of back behind it. That's not what I want. I do that a lot. It's over here by Topeka. That thing's moving southeast, and that could clip the southern portion of west central Missouri, like down by Butler, Nevada area. Kind of the path that's going on. It looks like it may have been started to turn a little bit more south, but let's kind of watch that and see how that goes. The stuff out in Kansas, kind of ahead of the lines of storms. None of that stuff is severe. Drake, all this stuff is heading down towards El Dorado too. Right now, it's going to be about the same for down there. So, about for Clinton, El Dorado area, it's going to be the same story, unless the stuff on the right around state line helps to intensify any of that. And it could. It also could start to weaken it a little bit, but just kind of watch it, and we'll be up until the stuff is at least south of Nevada, if not further than that. I'm putting it in motion a little bit here. Man, that was an early morning. There's the screen I want to look at. Alrighty. I'm also looking at other things, guys. But if you have any questions, put it in chat if you could. Like and share, follow, hit all that on there. It actually does help us out. The more we're on here, the more I'm realizing how much that when I'm watching YouTube videos and they're always smash that like and share button. It really helps. Yeah, I didn't realize that just that interaction helps out. So if you guys could just like and share, tell your friends about us. They don't even have to come back and watch us, but if they could at least like and share it, it actually does help us with being able to get a little bit of funding, and it's just those small little things that I learning it. Let's see if that's power issue up there. Okay. Alrighty. Drake, I love it, man. I think that's actually what my one of my brothers does too. He'll watch both because one's easier to comment on, and then one's easier to watch the TV. Oh man, and do appreciate it because that helps us out on both sides too. Kind of flip back and forth. There's really not like a ton of lightning out down here on this, but you can see on that middle camera right at the bottom down there, just the rain curtain still being pushed, just blown across from north to south, and that is in Creighton. It's right at the gas station. There's where that camera is located, or looking at the gas station. It's actually at the fire department behind it, but. Yeah, you can just see on that camera right there that it's just being blown across that. Yeah, so basically just straight line winds right now, guys. Nothing's really severe. It's just a pretty strong storm. I have to go get some more coffee here in a second. Oh, gonna check on some other stuff too, guys, and trying to get these other things. Oh, I need to hit. Did I set the remember shortcut keys here? There we go. Alrighty. So when you're looking at this line of storms here, we've got all the rain, which is in the yellow, red, and greens, and then right here, I'm going to stop this. Right around between Clinton and Deepwater, you get this outflow boundary here. This is the leading edge of those stronger winds is right in this area. You'll be able to hear them. I heard them outside my window, pretty good. They were whipping the trees around pretty good, but other than that, that's really about all they did. Doesn't look like there's any damage, and there's a pretty old tree across the street that typically drops uh, branches during these, but I didn't even see one of those drop. Yeah, Linda, it will, and that's going to be on the getting towards the south side of Clinton, between Clinton and Deepwater. Now that leading edge, they're not really like they're not severe winds at all right now. Actually, the special weather statement. Well, let's see here. It's saying wind gust to 50 to 55, and that's so that the gusts are 50 55. That's not a consistent 50 to 55 mile per hour wind. But there's very very low tornado risk. And there really shouldn't be much hail in any of these. Maybe out here in Kansas might have some hail, but especially that stuff out in Kansas is also being severe warned for wind too. But yeah, there's not much hail in these. It's basically all this is going to be outflow dominant, so there's not the strongest updrafts to support damaging hail. Drake, right now it's still looking about the same for El Dorado. It's gonna be down there. Go back here, and El Dorado's down there. So you're probably still 30, 45 minutes out before it hits down there. Depending on if these things pick up speed or slow down, they still could. But it also looks like you may have a couple lines coming together almost right in that area. So that last scan right here, right by Harrisonville, you can kind of see a little break between the two, between Harrisonville and Garden City. There's just that not a strong area basically, and then one's moving south, one's moving east. You kind of see them interact right over by Lewisburg, when that outflow hit that other hit that other line. Then you see how just you kind of erupted that storm right over Lewisburg there. Now that's moving into Bates County, northwest Bates County, but still nothing severe right now, unless you're out in Kansas. Do a couple different things here, guys, and then I'll be back. I mean, I'm still here. I'm not leaving yet. I do got to go get some more coffee, but I'm not leaving quite yet. Just doing a couple things here. Jake did answer your question about El Dorado. About 30, 45 minutes probably. And it's going to kind of depend on strength wise what the storms do if they intensify when that hits because it's going to probably merge right around Appleton City between Appleton City and El Dorado area. But if it helps, when it did that same thing over here by Lewisburg, it didn't go severe warned. It wasn't strong enough to be severe. You know, just a strong storm. I guess I'm just checking on a couple other things on the other job that I have, and that was a while ago. Okay, there's the power outage I was thinking was gonna happen. Alrighty, there. I mean, I have to go to work so early in the morning. All right, Greg, thank you. We appreciate you being in the chat too. Gives us getting someone to talk to besides just a couple monitors. But I'm going to grab some coffee, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to put the cameras up. Shouldn't be too long. I'm back, guys. I'm just going to make sure my kayaks didn't blow away. They may have had a chair get relocated outside, and my kayaks aren't out there, so I'm going to check the cameras real quick. All right, we're good. They're just moved down. Okay, camera turn here and here. Alrighty. So our rain gauge recently broke too, and haven't had a chance to get another one, but it is flat out pouring out there right now. This isn't even the strongest part of the storm that your hometown here got under, but it is pouring out there. All right, so it looks like that outflow boundary is down by Deepwater now, Appleton City area. It's gonna be the leading edge of this of that wind. Then you got pretty heavy rains behind that's gonna come in and hit. But still nothing severe warned for west central Missouri area. Even over into the first tier counties of eastern Kansas, it's um, way on here that they're having 80-mile-per-hour destructive winds, and that's why the stuff out in Kansas by Garnett, I think that's Burlington, yeah, Burlington area, Osage City, just west of Paola, Ottawa area. Yeah, some pretty strong winds out there. That's the strongest part of the storm right now. And it looks like that stuff over there is starting to dive maybe straight south. It kind of looks like he's going southeast still, but that's going to be if it continues going southeast, Drake, that's going to be down by El Dorado. But I think it's still going to go south of El Dorado. We'll kind of watch and see what path the stuff over in Kansas takes. But that's the strongest winds right now, and that stuff's not tornadic either. And it's got a very low tornado risk to it too. This whole setup has a very low tornado risk to it. If I didn't have the filter on my mic for the background noise, you'd be hearing the rain hitting the window right now. It's loud. Drake, if you're talking about what I just said, I would over here in Kansas, over here in eastern Kansas, over like Osage City, south of Topeka, that's the stuff that's got the strongest winds right now and the only severe warnings. So that if that takes a path any further east, then it could hit El Dorado. But I think that's going to go south of El Dorado still. Yeah. Guys, listen to our scanner. Yeah, it's not like a ton of lightning with the storm either. I mean, there is lightning, but it's not like a ton of, especially cloud to ground lightning. A lot of it's staying elevated. You can kind of see it flashing on the TV up here. So the cameras are running up here right now. They're I've been putting them on another screen, but I don't have that one hooked up now. Very little hill in this, guys. Just strong to severe straight line winds, and the only severe winds is still out in Kansas. Good deal. And they already fixed that power outage. Dang, that was quick. Power outage that I was looking at earlier. They've already fixed it. It's only after like 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. Go into Jim's stream real quick and make a little post. Maybe see if I can pull up here. Linda, I'm not totally sure what you're asking on there. Was it about Jim's post maybe? Trying to think what I said or what I was talking about. Let's switch back over to cameras. Here we go. There's a stream. Well, it's not letting me post. Weird. Anyway, okay, so kind of back to the weather here. So you can see, I just got the cameras up. They're kind of labeled. You may not be able to see those on your TV though, but it's the north and then west, and I probably not the best way of putting these, but it made sense in my head when I did it. Anyway, north, west, east, south, and then this one's north northwest down of Creighton, the bottom middle one. I just realized that on here, my cursor doesn't show up, so you guys can't see my cursor when I'm pointing at. So the big one right now is the north one out of Dayton. The top right is the west one, and then east, south, and then back over towards the middle one here is the Creighton one. There, and then you can kind of see the. There we go. That may help. There. Okay. Go back over to radar feed here and watch this. Yep, it won't let me actually make a post. So it kind of looks like that just that main line of storms that kind of dropping from north to south is kind of taken over. If you watch the stuff over in Kansas, it's weakening, and it looks like that straight, just that solid line of storms is kind of taking over everything. So this is like we're starting to gonna start really congealing into one solid line and push from north to south. Oh, Linda, I just seen your comment on our post. We're still trying to figure out how to get the stars to work. For some reason, it just is not giving the little icon for it. So let me see if I can go in here and do what I did on earlier stream, where I had to actually like post the link. But it should come up with an icon. When you're watching the video, it should have a little icon. I want to say it looks like a star. But I haven't actually seen it. Jim was telling me about it. He uses it, but for some reason, like ours does not give that, and I'm not really sure where to go to get that to work. Power outages also in Cass County have increased up from 0 before the storm hit to 62, just kind of spread out through Cass County. Henry County does have 4. This is Osage Valley's stuff, and then Bates County and St. Clair. So there are some power outages out there. I don't know if anybody's involved in any of those, but there are some out there. And the one that we had up towards Cass County, they actually fixed it pretty quick, which I was kind of surprised with the storm being in and how quickly they got out there to do that. Linda, I'll go through and see if I can do that again. I know somewhere on our Facebook page we made a post earlier in the night about so why? Okay, so it posts that comment on there, but it doesn't give a way to do it. And it also does not. Huh. Linda, I'm not sure. We're definitely going to have to look into this, though. But let's see if I can't. If this goes. I'm going to make a post or make a comment in this, and it should give a link to where you can do that. Paste. Go. Okay, that's actually not the one I want to put in there. Delete that comment. It's a long one that you can't click on. Let me go find this other one that you can click on. But how it should work is there should be a little star looking symbol on the stream somewhere, and you would click that. But for some reason that's not coming up, and we're not sure why. We must have forgot some sort of part of the process to get the star things working. But I'll do it this way for now, at least so that's on there. Alrighty. Okay, Linda, it's on there if you're wanting to help us out. It's there. You can just click on it and it'll take you to another page, and then it'll go from there. I haven't actually used it yet. I just know it takes you to the other page. So hopefully it's not too lengthy of a process. you got a couple stronger looking cells right around Butler area right now, and then also over kind of by between it's going to be just west of Pleasanton, this west of Lacine and east of Garnett over there. Those are kind of the two strongest cells closest to west central Missouri right now. But you still have this one over in Kansas that is. I want see if it still has it still has 80 plus mile per hour winds. I'd like to figure that out though. I can start a goal. I want to do that. Got to figure out how to get that link on there. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. Okay, there we go. All right, go back to chat here. All right, I do apologize if anybody. Oh, I guess it did give you the link to click on. I didn't think it would, but figuring out, guys. Figuring out. Struggle through this together, right? And yes, I'm still keeping an eye on the weather stuff, and if anything starts coming up or anything, I'm not just focused solely on that. But Jim and I tried. We spent a while earlier trying to figure it out, and we just not smart enough for it. All right, so gonna pick back up on here, right around Butler area, getting 60-ish mile per hour wind, I guess. And this is getting a little bit further up into the storm than we were earlier, just because it's getting a little further away from the radar site. So these may not be at ground level speeds. I highly doubt this is at ground level speeds, guys. This is going to be kind of elevated. But there are some 60 mile per hour gusts just right around Butler area, and this could be moving down towards El Dorado, Drake. So it kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it will. It could. Yeah. It's got potential. We'll keep watching it. Maybe dropping south on that last couple of scans there. Look like it may be dropping south, so it may not hit El Dorado. But what kind of worries me is that green little dot there. It shows a center of a storm cell is what that's supposed to show, and it's going right over at El Dorado area. But that's also just straight line winds. That's not tornadic. So it'll get windy. Either way, you're going to hear some wind. And still, nothing on the Missouri side is severe warned. I think the power went out again up there. Sure did. Well, that gave him credit for fixing about 20 minutes earlier, and then power went out again. So, up in Cass County, there are 76 without customers without power. There we go. hopefully you guys don't hear this. I'm gonna open up stream here to kind of look. Weird. Weird. Alright. Okay. So go back over here. Kind of put some motion for anybody that's still in this. I can't see right now if there actually is anybody in here or not, but we'll put it in motion and kind of take a look at it. So the outflow, the leading line of winds and stuff is right by Osceola area right now, and everything's moving south to kind of southeast. That stuff over in Kansas is moving kind of southeast, and this line started catching it. That came through west central Missouri, the west side of Missouri, basically, and they're kind of just congealing into one line of storms now. So we'll see if that starts intensifying. It could, or it could weaken it. But once you get on the north side of this line, it's really just gonna be rain. What we're worried about is the stuff over here in Kansas falling behind that first line and having two lines come through. But it looks like it's all just gonna be one solid line now, and not have a second round. Now you may get some more heavy rain and stuff like that when that comes through, because it's still up here by Kansas City right now, and that looked like that was maybe moving southeast. But so the rain's not bad. We definitely need the rain right now, so we'll take that. It's just the severe weather and anything like that we don't necessarily need right now. But the only severe thunderstorm warnings are over here in eastern Kansas, and that's going to be for 80 plus mile per hour range. Just destructive winds out there. That's weakened. It's down to 70 mile per hour now. That's probably because these lines are starting to congeal into one. Very little hail, basically a zero chance of a tornado. Not quite, but basically. And even if there was, it's going to be so weak it probably won't. You probably won't even notice it. It's just going to sound like the winds that are outside. Nose is kind of wanting to. Okay, guys, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County. It's actually what I was just talking about up here by Kansas City right now. That stuff is moving southeast, and they're going to have 60 mile per hour winds with about 3/4 inch hail. Yeah, and that's going to be until 5 a.m. All right, so we'll watch that for a little bit, see how that goes. I'm kind of surprised that thing held together. Everything else is starting to kind of weaken a little bit and congeal together, but that little section up here is holding strong. And it's kind of cluttered on here, but you can kind of see where the severe thunderstorm warning is. It's down here, basically Osawatomie, Miami County, up into like around Olathe, Overland Park area, over towards Lee Summit. All of Cass County, besides the very southeast corner of Cass County, is under severe thunderstorm warning. And then down towards Adrian, so the northwest corner of Bates County, and then northeast corner of pretty sure that's in Lynn County, over by Lacine. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and the 3/4 inch hail. So it's kind of got two parts of a severe thunderstorm, or to be severe warned. Not just wind, not just hail or anything. It's kind of both right now. So we'll take a look at the vertically integrated liquid here, and that really doesn't show a whole lot of impressive hail cores there. But let's look at Echo Tops. Looks like the tallest top, and it could just be missing it because it's so close to the radar site too. You could probably click on another radar site, like over towards Topeka area, and probably get a better look at these tops. Right here by Lawrence, just to the northeast of Lawrence, or east of Lawrence. Alrighty, that's just how tall. Basically, we're just looking at how tall the storms are. Yeah, 40, 49, 47. Okay. Go back to it's easier to look at. All right, so this is moving southeast. Yeah, southeast of 50 miles per hour. This thing's actually going pretty quick. I remember how to draw the line. Let's see if I can remember how to do this for you guys. So, draw it here. No, that's just the drawing one. Okay. I gotta remember how to do this. Basically, not very good at doing this part, but we're gonna figure it out. Looking at that leading line here, I draw this, and that was at 50. So here's some times here for about when it could arrive in some areas. Got Peculiar in about 14 minutes. Be in Harrisonville in about 24, 25 minutes. Eastland 30. Garden City 36. Dayton 41. So about 45 minutes, and then it'll be through Cass County. 45 minutes, 50 minutes be through Cass County kind of deal. But that's just like the center of that part. There's also more to it too, but it kind of gives you a time frame on some areas there. I should be able to draw a line through there, select the area that I want, and then set that so I get like a wider area. But I'm not that good at creating or with this software because I don't have to do that a whole lot really. But still work in progress. I'm gonna switch over to cameras real quick and take a look, and seen some lightning flash or some flashes on the screen. So see if the lightning's picking up any. You can also see it in the camera here too. Just the bottom the bottom corner of it, but I'm not sure how to draw that line to get that going. Oh, there was some flashes. We'll just go back over here. This may look a little bit better than watching those cameras. Not really doing much right now. There are some power outages up in that area too. So there's definitely not as much light, little light like street lights and stuff like that than typically would be. And as you can see, we took it off, and you can see the flashes on the screen up here. But so kind of recap right now. We have one severe thunderstorm warning for the western side of Missouri, and that's for a line that's coming in from Kansas. It's up by basically up by Kansas City right now. It's gonna be coming from the northwest. It's gonna be moving southeast, and then it looks to kind of go through basically all of Cass County, Johnson County, or is that Jackson County? That's Jackson County. This one's Johnson County. Holden area is Johnson County. It could slide over in that area. Warrensburg area may just stay to the southwest of Warrensburg, but either way, it's going to be moving into west central Missouri, into probably the west side of Johnson County, and then also down in Bates County, kind of heading down towards Henry County if it continues that track, and if it continues its intensity, then we could be looking at a extension of this severe thunderstorm warning. But we'll just kind of see how that line goes right now, because it's going to be moving into some cooler air too from the previous line that came through a little bit ago. Drake, if you're still in here down by El Dorado, it looks like you're starting to get some of that rain, maybe some wind now, because that outflow isn't pushing as far in front of the storms. Looking at this, it doesn't look like it. It still could be, but you're looking at some rain. Nothing severe down there, and they put a special weather statement on that. I'll pull this up and kind of look for you here. It has 50 to 50 mile per hour winds, and that's still radar indicated. Okay. Still severe thunderstorm watch till 9 a.m. Okay. So, and then also out here in eastern Kansas, this line here still has the severe thunderstorm warning on it, but it has kind of weakened a little bit. It went from about 80 plus mile per hour to 70 plus mile per hour. So it's not quite as strong, but still a pretty potent little wind bag out here. That's really, to me, it looks like the primary threat for the one up that's coming into western side of Missouri too. Looks like mainly a wind threat, not necessarily the hail, but it does say about 3/4 inch hail possible. Drake, right now, Henry County. Sorry, guys, my nose is starting to get clogged. Anyway, right now for Henry County, it's just gonna be on that south side. Right now, it's literally just rain and maybe a little bit of wind, but mainly just some light to moderate rain coming through there. We're gonna watch this line of storms up by Belton, Kansas City area. That's the one that, if it holds together and continues packing its punch, that could come into to Henry County, and Clinton looks to be in that path too. But we'll see if that holds together. See if we can get a little bit of lightning on these cameras real quick. Yeah, you're probably getting some lightning over towards Clinton, but mainly down there by El Dorado, too. This kind of gives you a better look at where that severe thunderstorm warning is. It's that yellow area right here. It's a little less cluttered, this map is. Still here, guys. Had to blow my nose. Oh, there we go. Morning. All right. All right. So Drake down by El Dorado, looking like 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. Still not too concerned with anything else right now, though. Yeah, so here's kind of the big picture. Is everything that was pretty loud. If you guys could see that through the blinds here, but it was lightning and immediate thunder, and it was loud. But they continue just adding severe thunderstorm watch boxes as this line moves south. It's already halfway through Arkansas now. That's kind of the big picture of it right now. All right, they extended the special weather statement all the way into eastern Kansas there. This was just over. Yeah, you will for a little while, Drake. It's going to be until all this moves out. You're probably going to have some off and on lightning for a couple hours now, because we got to wait for all of this to clear out up here. Yeah, still about the same thing for that whole line, all the way over from like Lake of the Ozark, Osage Beach area, all the way over into Kansas, where it meets up with the severe thunderstorm warning. It's basically right on the edge of having a severe thunderstorm warning for all of that. But I think Drake, depending on where you're at in El Dorado, you're really getting just some pretty strong winds right now and some heavy rain and lightning. You can see all these little lightning strikes right around the El Dorado area. So, kind of zoom in for you here. Let you look at that for a couple frames here, and just out of curiosity, let's click on the. Oh, there's the severe thunderstorm warning right there. So, Drake, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning now. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail, is what they're saying. And that's probably going to be right around your area, man. Dallas County. I'm going to have to look and see where Dallas County's at. I'm not too familiar where that's at, so give me just a second here. Say too familiar. I'm not really familiar at all. Oh, okay. That's Buffalo, Lewisburg, Urbana area. That's not as far away as I figured it would be. Since I mean, I drive through there. I guess I just don't pay attention to the county names when I'm going through there, and that's not very often anyway. But so that down that area, I'll go over here, and depending on where you're at in Dallas County right here, this line of storms didn't have a special weather statement or anything on it. It was just a pretty strong line of storms, basically. But it has kind of intensified since it got south a little further, and this line of storms is kind of congealed with another line as it moves south. So it looks like down here, it's going to be the main threat either way is going to be strong straight line winds kind of deal. The tornado threat is very, very low tonight. There's just not enough in the lower atmosphere to kind of get that spin up, the rotation to make it ground based for tornadoes or anything. So, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't sound like a tornado outside. It's still going to be some pretty strong winds coming through there. Maybe some smaller hail involved in this too, and really some heavy rain while this is there. And these are moving south, basically due south, but it may say southeast a little bit too. Another one up north is moving southeast. But severe thunderstorm warning for Bourbon, Crawford, Barton, Cedar, Polk, Southern St. Clair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's saying southeast at 40. And that barely hits I say barely hits. That doesn't include all of Dallas County down there. In that, you can kind of see like Buffalo, basically Buffalo area south. And you can see the little notch in Dallas County right here. If they've updated the one up north for Cass County. I don't think they have. You're gonna have to zoom out to get that to come off there. I can't figure out how to take that off any other way. So you have quite a bit of lightning, and strong winds is going to be the main threat in this whole line. Is basically the main threat is going to be the hail and some really heavy rain. So if you're out driving in it, that's going to pose a threat to you. This doesn't look to be like flash flooding or anything like that. They're just not training over the same area, and everything's so dry right now that the ground's going to absorb a lot of that initially, and then when you start really getting the heavy rains and stuff coming in, then it may. But it shouldn't be any kind of flash flooding or anything like that. It doesn't appear so. But if there's water over the roadway, turn around. How do you get that to go away without? Okay, so that switched down to. And now we're on Springfield. Drake, after this line of storms comes through, you'll be good. Basically, when you get on the north side of this initial line, you should be okay. But by morning, by daylight, this stuff is gonna be out of the area. We won't have to worry about it. So you'll be fine for that. There's still that severe thunderstorm warning up towards Cass County, and that one's also for strong straight line winds and up to 3/4 inch hail on that. But basically the winds tonight, guys, is going to be the main threat. So right around Urbana area, over towards Camdenton, you can see the outflow here. And this is going to be the leading line of the winds. Yeah, Drake, I figured that's what you were talking about. You said you're down in El Dorado, and I knew you lived up north. So, but yeah, by daybreak, this stuff's going to be pushed to the south out of the area, and it may have some showers in the area. But other than that, it's going to be another hot one tomorrow too. Gonna be hot. It's got a lot of hot days coming up. Gonna be a stretch here. So 20. You're welcome. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name. I don't know if it's Musha. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. I did. If I pronounced that wrong, I really do apologize for that. But you're welcome. We're just glad we can be here. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm able to get up and be on. Oh, perfect. So now I don't feel so bad. Actually, I was going to say that earlier, but like, no, I'll just say Dallas County. I think that's pretty safe right now. So, but no, you're definitely welcome. We're glad we're here, and we try to do this as much as possible. So there's just not a whole lot of coverage from just the regular news outlets, especially if it's not something really big and it's not right on top of them kind of deal. So, but we do appreciate it, and if you would just at least like our page, maybe share our Facebook, YouTube. It looks like you're on YouTube though, because that does help us out. Like I was telling everybody earlier, I didn't realize how much when you listen to people on YouTube about, hey, they tell you to smash that like and share button or whatever. I didn't realize how much that actually does help with the algorithms and things like that. But the more we're on, the longer we're doing this, the more we're figuring things out and stuff. And we do have a couple of the videos on there, or a few other videos on both. We were on earlier today, or yesterday afternoon. We ended up over by Columbia, Jeff City area on some storm cells out there that weren't really severe warned, but it's got some good storm structure on there, and we try to get out in the field too. So any of that algorithm helps get any kind of payment, and it's very little, but all that little stuff adds up, and it may help us eventually to start paying for some fuel, basically. Or Wheatland, Hermitage, Preston area, Cross Timbers. Looks like right around 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts probably over in that area, and that section is going to be heading down towards Dallas County. So that may be down there. We'll continue watching that, and then kind of back over by El Dorado. Not as strong of winds back here. That's going to be still south of El Dorado, heading towards Stockton area. No, not as strong. Back up here to. There we go. Okay, there. Let me zoom in there for a second. Can't really get good wind speeds up here because it's still so close to the radar site that it's not. But we'll just take a look at over here, and looks like it may be weakening a little bit, but like I said, it's getting so close to the radar site up there, it's kind of hard to tell for sure if that line is holding it or weakening a little bit. But it's either way, it's still a strong storm, and it is still severe warned. Without looking at other radar sites around to kind of just compare everything, then it gets kind of tough when you're sitting right over the radar site. So, but got logged out of the cameras. Log back into those. Cousin just messaged me. I don't know why he's awake right now. Actually, I think he's right up in the middle of the storm right now. I forgot he moved up there. Oh, you lost power. He lives up in northern Cass County. He's moved a couple times recently, but yeah, he's up in northern Cass County right now, and he just messaged me and said he lost power. It's probably getting pretty hot in that apartment that he lives in. I think it's an apartment. I haven't been there yet. Right now, that's like the worst thing for me about losing power. Is you're trying to sleep. I like it to be cool. You just can't sleep when it's warm. Nice. Well, thanks for watching, man. So do appreciate it. Like I've been telling everybody else, if you could like and uh go ahead and smash that like and subscribe, whatever it is on there. Share it. Especially the Facebook one. We haven't done a whole lot with the YouTube one yet. We're trying to work on that and the whole monetization thing on there. But really, we never got into this to make money. It's just something we enjoy doing. But if we could make a little bit to help offset some of the costs, then that's great. So every little few cents helps because it just adds up. But no, we're not here to make money. I gotta figure out why. So this updated a little bit or a few days ago. I feel like it did because I can't find. Should be a radar site over here. I can click to, and it's not coming up. The only way I can switch sites right now is to click this and then go here. So it works, but I don't know where the thing is. Okay, so it's a flag now. there a flag down here? No. Trying to figure this out real quick. I can move quicker. Yeah, there's not even a flag down there. Well, maybe I changed the setting. Well, here we go. Okay. Alrighty, let's see if they're. I don't think they put any kind of update on this yet. Actually, I think they took the hail out of it. This used to say up to 3/4 inch hail for the max size for that severe thunderstorm warning up in west central Missouri, Cass County, Bates County area. But now it's just straight line winds. It's just a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust is what it's severe warned for. That really shouldn't. I feel like that should have been the only thing in there anyway, but there's just not the updrafts. They can't sustain the updrafts to get that bigger severe hail. Just kind of keep flip-flopping back and forth here, looking down south, kind of covering that area. And checking everything else here. All right, so the severe thunderstorm warning down by Stockton, heading into Dallas County. Now that I know where that's at, it's still the same thing. And actually, it's going to be still just that little corner. They haven't extended this any further east yet. So basically, Buffalo south, not quite all the way, but basically that is still under the severe thunderstorm warning for. It's about 3/4 inch hail down there for the max size, and then 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Drake, thank you for still being here. It looks like El Dorado for the moment is on the back side of that leading edge. So you're probably just getting some pretty decent rainfall and some lightning with that. And then up towards Cass County, once this line gets through and you're on the back side of this right by Harrisonville area right now, then you'll be good the rest of the night. So the heaviest or the strongest winds still look to be on here in Kansas, and that's where this line up by Harrisonville came from. Still on here in, I want to say central Kansas, but that's not really central Kansas. But Council Grove area has some pretty potent looking storms out there. I'm not going to click over to look at that right now. I'm going to focus over here on what's more in the area, but it's a pretty good little cell coming through. That line right there is pretty healthy still. Man, it's already almost 5 a.m. Didn't realize we had been on that long. We've been on for over an hour and a half. Still don't know why I can't just click on the Springfield site. I haven't changed. I haven't been on the software, so I shouldn't have changed anything. But anyway, I'll just click done. Continue doing it this way. Drake, yes, I'm a little tired too. I'm gonna switch back over to cameras real quick. That way you got just kind of look at those and get something to look at least. I'm gonna try to figure out this whole why I can't click on the radar site down there. Clearly there. Yeah, Drake. Once this stuff's out of the area, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna get couple of more hours of sleep once this gets out. I think we'll probably be live for 30 minutes or so, maybe. Really, I'm just kind of waiting to see how long. And I don't think they still have a severe thunderstorm warning on that. No, they don't. They allowed that to expire. So, Drake, good night, man. Yeah, go get some sleep. So you should be in the clear, even up in the Clinton area. So they allowed that severe thunderstorm warning to expire in Cass County, Bates County area. So it did weaken below that. So it'll kind of be about the same thing. If this thing does hit Clinton, it's going to be about the same thing as it was before. So yeah, definitely go get some sleep, and we'll see you on the next stream. Don't know when that'll be. We'll just kind of see how things go. Well, thanks for being here. I want to say tonight, but really morning. There we go. Back trainer. So they did allow that the severe thunderstorm warning in Cass County in west central Missouri here to expire. There's just going to be a bunch of people without power. That's crazy. You got to look into that. There's still some pretty decent wins in there probably. So roughly about 40 to 50. I would just just looking at that. Obviously, I haven't looked at velocities, but that's what my guess would be. Oh, Jake, I thought you meant you were going to bed, man. I'm sorry. So no, once I get done with the stream, I'm gonna go get a couple more hours of sleep and then try to get up, hopefully before noon. All right. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The stuff out by Council Grove, that's to the west of Osage City area. The stuff's got special weather statements on it, and I don't think that's going to hit west central Missouri anyway. But it is out there. If you know anybody that lives out there, that stuff is there's nothing in front of it right now, so that's probably going to hold some intensity out there. Not saying it's going to turn into severe stuff, really much to worry about. It's just going to be some strong to on the lower side of severe weather, but still severe weather. It's kind of I think that's just kind of cycle through that as that moves south southeast, and that's probably just going to go right along the line of the western edge of what's already down here. I hope that made sense. In my head, it made sense. If anybody has any questions or anything, like I said before, just put it in chat and we'll do the best to answer it. You get the best answer that we can give. We're not professionals by no means. There's some pretty good rain. I'm gonna switch over to cameras here and see if we can catch any good lightning strikes and if those will kind of illuminate and give us any kind of storm structure on that. But while that camera's up, I'm gonna go get a little bit more coffee to help make it through the next 30 minutes or so. Is kind of what I'm looking at. But we'll just see what the progression of these storms do. It looks like kind of the whole thing. Just looking on the uh, the last couple scans, you can kind of see a lot of the red going away. I don't necessarily believe that whole line at one scan weakened, but if you're watching that, that's why I bring it up. Is if you're watching it, wouldn't necessarily count on that right now, but you can see where a lot of that red just goes to yellow and orange. But up here by Garden City area, it's got a lot of rain there. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna leave the cameras up to try to catch some of that lightning. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh no, Drake, you lost internet? I'm assuming you got it back or you switched to your mobile data or something. Alrighty. So, I, w- I was away, but I was also watching stuff on my phone. This line of storms that's in Cass County, Bates County, up into Johnson County. There's some pretty decent winds with it. Some wind gusts. It's not severe warned or up to severe limits or anything at this time, but still definitely packing a little punch on that. And then you've also clearly with you have some pretty decently heavy rains with that too. But that's still moving east southeast, and that's will end up hitting Clinton. You can kind of see uh how long that line of storms is. It's basically northern Johnson County all the way down into Kansas through Butler, Rich Hill area. El Dorado right now, Drake, is just in some rain. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down there right now, but I think they just kind of blanketed that whole area with one severe thunderstorm warning because it's basically the same for that entire area. There's not individual types of severe weather. It's basically the same kind of severe weather, straight line winds. So they just blanketed that whole area instead of issuing individual ones. And then it looks like El Dorado will get involved in this line that's coming in. Is my cursor not showing up on there again? I don't think it is. Alrighty. But anyway, what I was getting at is the Savannah. Yeah, there's been a lot of power outages throughout the area. I also work for an internet company that provides service and stuff like that too. But we've had a few of our towers and stuff lose internet, so that's what you'll see me on my phone because I'm getting updates and things like that to make sure I don't have to when it gets daylight out not go to not get some sleep. I'd have to go out there, um, but anyway, yeah, there's tons of power outages around, and it looks like El Dorado has some more, just one more line of some strong, just straight line winds. Okay, Drake, I got your message on that. I wouldn't have realized that, but definitely thanks, and that makes sense since both in El Dorado right now. Um, but so it's just going to be this. There's my cursor. This straight line of winds are right around here. I'm going to stop that so I can right in our Rich Hill area right now. That stuff is moving southeast, and that should be there probably 30-45 minutes or so. And then once that line moves out, it's just going to be some rain behind it. I think the stuff out to the west is going to go south of El Dorado, but if it does move a little bit further east, we'll continue watching that too. None of what's heading towards El Dorado right now is actually severe warned. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning, but I think that's literally they just put one big severe thunderstorm warning on this instead of individual things. So it's all for straight line winds. That's all there is. There's very low tornado threat, not really a hail threat in this either, and it's just like I said, the straight line winds pretty strong to severe. So and lightning and some heavy rain, but yeah, I bet the power companies are loving this though. I mean, there's power outages all over the place. Doesn't look from what I've seen on the maps, doesn't look like it's just a ton of people affected, but they're kind of spread out kind of deal. So it's not they can just focus on one area and just send everybody there. of crazy watching this. So I'm gonna pull this one up. So just a few minutes ago, as as I was talking, you can't really see it now, but the rain you could see was kind of pushing the rain curtain. Now you can see how it's going kind of north to south there. Just a few minutes ago, that was actually going the opposite direction. It was going south to north. Um, and now that's on the back side of the storm. It looks like it's going from north to south again. But I wish I could have pulled that up and showed that a little bit ago because it completely switched directions on us there. It's raining pretty good where I'm at. Pretty windy too. I'm right on the leading edge of this right here. So Drake, this the severe potential of it will end when this line gets through. When this line here comes gets on the other side of your location, which would be El Dorado this at this point. Actually, maybe it'd be about the same time frame before Clinton and El Dorado, just the way that that line is forming, just the direction it is. Anyway, once that gets past you, then the threat of severe weather is basically over. There's not a whole lot left out here in Kansas or up north to move through. Now, there is stuff out here in Kansas, but I think that's all going to go south of El Dorado. Yeah, it's raining good out there. Okay, so that's still not working. Okay. Go here, go there. Yeah, that's weird. Get it. Just don't get it. Okay. Had trouble loading there, didn't it? Yeah. Still having a little hiccup there. Oh, looks like you got the power back up there. Good deal. Yeah, Drake. Right now, it appears to be good. They haven't put a severe thunderstorm warning back on that cell that would potentially, or that line of storms that would that had a severe thunderstorm warning on it earlier that looks to be heading towards El Dorado. They still could, it could intensify, but it's not looking it's not looking like it's going to. And even at that, it'll be kind of a lower end severe threat, mainly with just the straight line, the strong to severe straight line winds kind of deal. So as far as tornadoes or anything like that, then you'll be good. And same thing, that's for El Dorado and Clinton. Really, for anybody out there, or for any area out there, not anybody area. Great, good morning, man. So, feel like we've been here forever. Actually, no, it's been by pretty dang quick. That's what's kind of nice, man. I got up at 3, a little after 3. I actually slept through my alarm. I had it set for earlier than that, but you hit snooze, and well, you think you hit snooze. Why? Why? Oh, okay. So I just don't know. Okay, let's go here. Still looking at about the same thing, guys. They did kind of change the severe thunderstorm warning down here, though. El Dorado is not in one anymore. They did split those, and there's just the Kansas side of it, and then the Missouri side down by kind of Greenfield over towards Buffalo, and kind of south of those areas, and a little bit southeast. Kind of, it includes Springfield and goes down by Ozarks. You can see that box down here, but it's still just that southwest side of Dallas County. Well, going through messages, guys. I'm still here. So if you have anything, just you can put in chat, and I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm just going through some messages and stuff that we got and all that. Since there's really no severe thunderstorm warnings or anything up towards west central Missouri, and the one down south is still just for straight line winds. Then I'm gonna go through some other stuff here while I'm sitting here and keep my mind awake. But it doesn't show up. Alrighty, so kind of recap here. We've got just one. It's not severe warned. It's just kind of a strong little sliver of a line of storms. Right by it, just west of Clinton, kind of going down towards the Veda, getting ready to come into El Dorado. That's basically for some wind gusts, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. It's weakening as it's moving south and southeast. and then some decently heavy rains coming through that. There's nothing else in west central Missouri area that poses a threat for severe weather. It's just that line, and it looks to be on the weakening stages. And then we have some severe thunderstorm warnings in southern Missouri and southern Kansas. And it looks like they're starting to drop the severe thunderstorm watch boxes as this line of storms and stuff moves south. So once you get kind of on the backside of this, then your severe threat is really diminished and should be good. And it looks like on the Creighton camera we may be getting some daylight already. It's picking up a little bit of daylight on there. Doesn't seem like it should be that time already. I don't need it on. Double click. Wrong one. Well, we'll keep this going. Pretty good rain north of Clinton now. Chelsea, yeah, it's that little bit of a storm left just north of that little sliver that's coming into Clinton there, and after that, I mean, really, the rest of this should just be some pretty decent rain at best, kind of thing. There's really the severe weather threat is pretty much over. Which is good. We need the rain, but we don't necessarily need the rest of it that comes along with it. Well, so down by St. Charles, that's going to be way over here. By St. Louis. I haven't looked over by St. Charles to know for sure on that. Let me check that out real quick. I don't think it's really supposed to do a whole lot as far as severe weather goes. No. So it looks like maybe just a generalized thunderstorm maybe over by St. Charles today. At the actual weather one of the models here real quick and just take a look. Either way, it's going to be hot. We're not going to get away from that even with this rain, but at least the rain helps with all of that heat, at least the ground moisture. By Like just some general thunderstorms maybe. Yeah, over by St. Charles, it just looks like some general thunderstorms over there. Some rain. This is really just a quick look at one model. It's the most recent short term model that I'm looking at, and doesn't look like it's gonna. As far as severe weather, it'd be it'd be crazy if you got any kind of big severe weather over there today. But it looks like some general thunderstorms and some rain till about mid afternoon. 3 o'clock is it looks like it should be moving out by then. You are welcome. So hopefully that was a just a quick look and it answered some of your questions or your question. But ran over my toe. That was intense. Oh, my watch just asked me if I wanted to wake up for the day, and then it told me good morning. Yeah, we look at stuff too. I just haven't looked um, that far out for that area because I'm over on the west side of the state and you're on the east side of the state. Um, but yeah, it definitely and all of it fascinates me. Like we went out and we're on the road yesterday afternoon into the evening, kind of over by Columbia area. We didn't expect much in the way of severe weather, tornadoes, anything like that, but we went out just to see storm structure and all of that. That is something we really enjoy looking at, and we got some pretty decent storm structure out of that. Yeah, we don't need necessarily all the damaging stuff. Tornadoes are fun to watch and see, but not so much when it comes to damage and really affecting people. You can get a lot of cool stuff just seeing storm structure itself. Here. So in any of the stuff in Missouri, the only severe thunderstorm warning is actually down there by it's gonna be south of Bolivar, basically coming into Springfield area within a county or two east west of Springfield. That's is going to have a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and it's just going to be for basically it's going to be straight line winds. We haven't really seen a whole lot of hail come out of these, but they are saying up to 3/4 inch size hail. But there's not a whole lot there that's saying it's going to be anything like severe hail wise. It's basically just the wind gusts coming through there. Jeez. So Chitopa, Kansas. I'm not going to look that up yet on I think Chitopa's down here. I want to say we drove through that on the south side of Kansas, I believe. Yeah, right there. So they are in the path of the severe part of the storm in Kansas that has kind of just dropped straight south. It's stayed just about a county, 2 counties inside Kansas line from Missouri's state line, and that has dropped south, and that's had history of 80 plus mile per hour winds. But after the all of this gets through, I don't I want to say the rest of the day probably looks pretty good for them. I just closed that weather model out too. Let me just I'll go back to it, but I want to say the rest of the day look pretty good for them. I'm literally just looking at one model, guys. I'm not going through a whole lot of it right now, but oh, wrong one. Here we go. Yeah, once this stuff in Kansas gets south of them, they should be good the rest of the day. Just another hot one out. Greenville, Ohio. Audrey, we don't really do a whole lot over there, but I will take a look. Got to figure out where Greenville is, so give me a second here. Yeah, I'll take a quick look over there. And Greenville, Ohio. Where would that be? So just northwest of Dayton. Okay. Looks like he could have some storms this afternoon over there by Greenville. Uh, without digging too far into it, doesn't reload the newest one. I did the scroller ball and I went back like 4 model runs. So let me load the newest one and let you know on that. Okay, there we go. There is a slight. It's not even slight. Um, it's not even marginal. It's just a general risk of severe of storms over that area. But you're kind of right on the marginal to just general storms area over there. But there could be some storms in the area later this afternoon, mainly after about 3 o'clock, 2-3 o'clock this afternoon, and some of those could be packing a punch. I don't really see that having a tornado threat or a significant tornado threat. If there's a storm, there's always a tornado threat, but it's probably on the lower end over there. It could just be like a little line of storms that comes through over there. But there is a chance for some over there today towards Greenville, Ohio. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Oh, is it Hilke? I think that's Hilke. I do apologize if I mispronounced that, but either way, you are welcome. I'm glad you're in here well, I want to say today, but it's really like this morning. But we've been up since about 3. But definitely appreciate you in here, and go ahead, ask away. We'll give our best answer. We're not professionals at this. It's just a hobby we enjoy doing and giving some information as we can. Awesome, I got there. I'm two for two. I had one earlier too that I wasn't totally sure how to pronounce, and I got it right. Oh, no power in Creighton. Yeah, it's gonna be just on the. It sounds like just out in the country. I think Creighton you can kind of count as country anyway, but outside of city limits, I want to say it's probably all the way around city limits. Potentially doesn't have power now up there. I know inside the city of uh, Creighton, it has power. So just kind of recap for anybody that's just joining in and waking up and joining in, and this pretty early in the morning here. I say early because I'm never up at this time, but we did have some severe storms come through overnight. But at the current moment, there's really no severe threat in West Central Missouri area. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down by Bolivar Springfield area, and that is primarily for uh, strong to severe straight line winds. There's tornado threat is very very low. Not really much of a hail threat in this. There for severe hail, there could be some pea size stuff in there, but and kind of the same thing goes for the severe thunderstorm warnings just inside state line down by Lamar, Joplin, and over into west or eastern Kansas. It's going to be about the same thing. It's going to be severe warning for strong straight line winds. So for West Central Missouri, I would say that your severe threat is pretty much over. Should be good. Just have to get the rest of this rain out of here. Not that I want it to go away. Hopefully it stays cloudy, so it's not quite as hot today. But I haven't even looked at that to see if it's gonna be a cloudy day or not. But either way, it's supposed to be pretty warm. Okay, here we go. Everything connected back. Good deal. And for anybody in here, if you could, like and share our page. It does help. It actually helps a lot more than I thought it would with our algorithm and stuff and getting our name out. And I mean, it does help with money stuff too, but that's not really why we're here. It does help getting some of that to help offset some of the cost, but really we're here to get information out and kind of give some when we're out on the road, give some pictures and some video and stuff like that for people to see. So, but if you could like and share our page, like the videos and stuff, any kind of interaction we get, just it does help us. It's very little at a time, so the more we get, the more it adds up, and the more we can do and upgrade some of our stuff and get out more and things like that. So, but and we got logged out of the cameras again. Let's go back. I give a little camera shot here. Really haven't had a whole lot of lightning on it for a while, but uh, got a little lightning strike there and actually lit up almost every camera on there. Watch that for a minute here because there's not anything changing on radar, so we're not missing much without that. But I'll switch back over to radar here pretty shortly and let watch that for a little bit. But overall, the threat has for severe weather is pretty much gone for this area. And it looks like that stuff down by Springfield is weakening too. On the last couple scans there, it doesn't look as organized down there as it did 10 minutes ago or so. All right, well, lightning went away. Go back here. Yeah, you can see down there by Springfield. It doesn't look as organized as it did. I wouldn't doubt it if they allow this to expire. I would kind of be surprised if they um extended this out. Still saying 70-mile-per-hour winds down there though. Okay. And I may not be seeing them on mine because I'm looking. It's getting pretty close to that radar site down there, so it may not be reading correctly. But even the one out of Kansas City didn't show anything out there. I need to. Where's the next closest one? I can't see them. I have to click like this. Yeah, it's not. I mean, this is looking way up into the storm too, because it's a ways away. Let's go back here and severe thunderstorm warning down there is still for 70-mile-per-hour plus winds, and 3/4 inch hail. But its primary threat's going to be the winds down by Springfield. And does anybody have any questions or anything that's still here? Not sure who all is here. I bet people are probably kind of coming in, checking things out, and then getting ready for work. But if anybody still in here has any questions, feel free to just to put it in chat there, and I'll get to it and try to answer the best that I can. So I'll probably stay live till maybe 6 o'clock. I may end it before then. We'll kind of see how these severe thunderstorm warnings progress down south, and kind of go from there. And if we're gonna continue the live stream or not. Okay, there we go. jeez. Alrighty, guys. Well, take another quick look at radar here and see how things are looking, and then go from there. There, still got that severe thunderstorm. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Did you guys just hear that? That was that was hilarious. Um. Anyway, they still got that severe thunderstorm warning down there by Springfield. I'm not sure what I said before, but it was something in that nature. For it, it's really just going to be straight line winds, and I'm waiting for the update on this in about 8 minutes. So they're probably going to update and see where that's going. But that's also kind of getting out of the area too. My brother lives down south of Springfield, so I'm going to try to watch this a little bit for him because he gets worried about hail down there, and he'll start messaging me as soon as I end this. And he may even be in here right now, so in doubt if he puts a comment in there. But weird. Okay. Oh, Hooky, okay, so we got Drake. There we go. I may still be here. I may not. Looks like I'm probably gonna end this stream about 6. So if you're still in here, I may be here, may not. We'll just kind of see the update on this severe thunderstorm warning down here by Springfield. Drake, it's just gonna be rain. It hasn't completely cleared out. The severe threat has cleared out, but it's just gonna be some rain for the next hour, 2 hours maybe. Kind of see up here, and I'll go ahead and put that in motion. So this is the clearing line back back here. Once that gets south of you, you're pretty much good. But we do need this kind of light rain here, and you can. Okay, so they did go ahead and cancel that severe thunderstorm warning down here by Springfield, which is kind of what I was thinking they would do. Um, and then kind of recap, guys, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end this and try to get a little bit of sleep, and then get up and try to be productive today. I don't know how productive I'm gonna be with the short sleep anyway, but The only severe thunderstorm warnings are going to be down. I'm pretty sure it's going to just be in Oklahoma now. They have canceled all the severe thunderstorm warnings in Missouri, unless if this one, yeah, they even went around. So it's kind of Oklahoma and Arkansas now. But they do have a special weather statement down here for the one by Springfield, and that is going to be, they're saying wind gust up to 50 miles per hour. They're not mentioning any hail or anything in that. And all this stuff is kind of moving south southeast. So once it passes you, you're probably just gonna have rain, some rain after that. Um, and then we'll go kind of go from there with just rain. But anyway, I do appreciate everyone that was in here. From about 3 a.m. to now. Little after 3 a.m. is when we started. It's been live for 2 hours and 42 minutes. So kind of an early morning, but we made it through. And uh, uh Audrey, as far as the Greenville stuff right now, here I'll click over here real quick if I can find a radar site. That's going to be the issue. My radar stuff is not actually showing up the sites, so I can't really show you a for sure on that. But there's usually little icons that I can click on. These green dots are people, and these are going to be weather stations that I can't necessarily show on stream. So, um, but there's no severe thunderstorm warnings for Greenville over here. I can tell you that much right now. Otherwise, they would be popping up over here. So, but later this afternoon, I think we said it was right around between 2 and 3 they would start firing up, and then kind of go from there. Drake, yeah, you're good, man. Like I said, it'll just be rain. So severe weather, severe threat is gone. It's over with. So, but kind of back to the Greenville. Audrey, is the later this afternoon. I would keep your eyes on the weather. I don't know how quickly things change over there. I don't really know the how things kind of go in that area. It seems like different locations throughout the United States, the severe weather kind of hits a little different depending on where you're at, kind of deal. So, but I'd keep an eye on that over there. We don't typically go live for stuff over in that area. So, but there's other people out there that do. Other than that, guys, I do appreciate everybody that's been in here. Good like, follow, share. It really helps us out. We go ahead and end the stream. Go get some sleep. And if we need to go live again, we will. If there's any updates we need to post, we'll post. But severe weather threat appears to be over. It's moving into Oklahoma, Arkansas area, and then a little special weather statement in southern Missouri just for some straight line winds. But I do appreciate everybody.